Chapter 1-2. Copenhagen, 1943. Anne-Marie Johansson and her best friend Ellen Rosen run down the street after school. Suddenly, two Nazi soldiers step out, blocking their way. Their boots slam against the cobblestones, their rifles slung across their shoulders. The girls freeze. The soldiers question them coldly before letting them pass. Even for children, the streets of Denmark are filled with fear. At home, rationing shows its bite. Little Kirsty, hungry and cranky, is handed a plain piece of bread. She bursts out, she doesn't want bread, she wants a big yellow cupcake with pink frosting. The wish is heartbreaking because it's impossible. Sugar and butter are long gone. That cupcake becomes a symbol of the childhood joys the war has stolen. That evening, Mama tells stories of Denmark's beloved King Christian X, who rides through the streets without guards. A legend says that if a soldier threatened him, all of Denmark would rise as his bodyguard. Anne-Marie realizes that bravery doesn't always come from weapons. Sometimes it comes from standing tall in ordinary life. What did we learn? Nazi occupation makes even children afraid. Kirsty's cupcake wish shows rationing's impact on daily life. King Christian X symbolizes courage and unity. Quick questions. What treat does Kirsty wish for? A big yellow cupcake with pink frosting. Why do soldiers stop Anne-Marie and Ellen? They were running, drawing attention. What does the legend say about King Christian X? All of Denmark is his bodyguard. Chapter 3-4. The war's grip tightens. One morning, Anne-Marie and Ellen find that Mrs. Hirsch's button shop has been closed and padlocked by the Nazis. It's the first sign that Jewish families are being targeted. Ellen is Jewish, and fear begins to close in on her life too. At night, the Johanssons gather around the forbidden radio. Listening to foreign news is dangerous, but Papa insists they must hear the truth. They also hear from Peter Nielsen, once engaged to Anne-Marie's sister Lise. Peter now works secretly with the resistance. The war is no longer distant, it's in their homes, their friendships, and their future. What did we learn? Nazis are shutting down Jewish businesses like Mrs. Hirsch's shop. Ellen's family is in danger. The Johanssons risk their safety by listening to the resistance. Quick questions. Why is Mrs. Hirsch's shop closed? Nazis shut Jewish shops. Who was engaged to Lise and now works in the resistance? Peter Nielsen. What dangerous thing do the Johanssons do at night? Listen to illegal radio news. Chapter 5. Ellen spends the night at Anne-Marie's home. Suddenly, pounding fists rattle the door, Nazi soldiers storm inside. They count the children. Suspicion rises when they see Ellen's dark hair, unlike the Johanssons. Then a soldier notices something glinting around Ellen's neck, her Star of David necklace. In one breathless instant, Anne-Marie reaches across, yanks the chain, and clenches it in her palm. The necklace vanishes from sight. The Johanssons calmly insist Ellen is their daughter Lise, who died years ago. The soldiers eventually leave, unconvinced but empty-handed. Ellen's life is saved by Anne-Marie's quick thinking and the family's unity. What did we learn? Soldiers search the Johansson home. Ellen's Star of David nearly exposes her. Anne-Marie saves her friend by tearing off the necklace. Quick questions. What item nearly gave Ellen away? Her Star of David necklace. Who do the Johanssons pretend Ellen is? Their daughter Lise. How does Anne-Marie save her? Yanks off the necklace. Chapter 6-7. The Johanssons decide to take Ellen to Uncle Henrik's farm by the sea, where it may be safer. Papa calls Henrik, speaking in code, "Is the weather good for fishing?" A secret signal meaning it's time to bring Ellen. On the train, soldiers patrol the aisles, peering into baskets and faces. The tension is suffocating, but they pass inspection. At the farm, the salty air is a small relief. Yet rationing still shows its bite. Kirsty proudly shows her new shoes made of fish skin, shiny with scales. Embarrassed, Mama stains them black with ink so they look more normal. Even shoes reveal how much the war has taken. What did we learn? The Johansons use coded language with Uncle Henrik. Soldiers search trains, raising the danger. Kirsty wears fish skin shoes, a symbol of rationing. Quick questions. What does "is the weather good for fishing" really mean? It's safe to bring Ellen. What unusual material were Kirsty's shoes made from? Fish skin. How did Mama disguise them? She inked them black. Chapter 8 to 9. Mama suddenly announces that Great Aunt Bert has died. Anne-Marie is puzzled, she's never heard of this relative. The truth is that the funeral is a cover. That night, people gather in the house. Anne-Marie confronts Uncle Henrik, demanding honesty. He gently explains, "It is easier to be brave if you do not know everything." Anne-Marie realizes that sometimes adults lie to protect children, not to deceive them. Secrets and bravery go hand in hand. What did we learn? Aunt Bird is invented as a cover story. Anne-Marie learns protective lies help people be brave. Quick questions. Who was Aunt Bert? No one, she was invented for a cover story. What lesson does Henrik teach Anne-Marie? Protective lies can make it easier to be brave. Chapter 10 to 11. During the funeral, German soldiers burst in. Suspicious, they demand the casket be opened. Mama warns them, the woman died of typhus. Terrified of disease, the soldiers flee. After they leave, the casket is opened, not a body inside, but blankets and clothing for Jews preparing to escape. Peter is there, directing families in hushed tones. He hands a mother medicine for her baby, without it, a crying child could give them all away. In the shuffle, Mr. Rosen accidentally drops a small packet. No one notices, except Mama. What did we learn? The typhus lie frighten soldiers away. The casket hides supplies, not a body. Peter helps organize the escape, even giving medicine to a baby. A packet is dropped, an important detail later. Quick questions. Why won't the soldiers open the casket? They fear typhus. What is inside instead of a body? Blankets and clothing. What does Peter give to the mother of a baby? Medicine to keep it quiet. What item is accidentally dropped? A packet. Chapter 12 to 13. The families depart into the night. Hours later, Mama doesn't return. Anne-Marie searches and finds her outside, her ankle broken from a fall. Beside her, under the step, is the dropped packet. It must reach Uncle Henrik's boat. Mama quickly hides it under food in a basket with bread, cheese, an apple, and a folded white handkerchief. Anne-Marie is sent down the forest path. In the woods, soldiers block her way. Their dogs sniff the basket, tearing at the food. Soldiers sneer at Anne-Marie, mocking her for being a silly child with lunch. They tear the bread, toss the apple aside, and laugh as they fling the handkerchief into the dirt. Anne-Marie plays her role perfectly, trembling inside but acting harmless. The soldiers dismiss her and wave her along. The handkerchief goes with her, though Anne-Marie doesn't yet know why it matters. What did we learn? Mama breaks her ankle but makes sure the packet is delivered. The packet is hidden in food with a white handkerchief. Anne-Marie is stopped by soldiers with dogs but tricks them by acting silly. Soldiers discard the handkerchief, unaware of its value. Quick questions. What happens to Mama? She breaks her ankle. What is in the basket? Food and a white handkerchief, hiding the packet. How does Anne-Marie trick the soldiers? Acts like a silly, harmless girl. What do the soldiers do with the handkerchief? Throw it aside, not realizing its importance. Chapter 14 to 15. Anne-Marie reaches Uncle Henrik's boat and delivers the packet. Later, Henrik explains the truth. Inside the packet was a handkerchief treated with special chemicals. If a Nazi patrol dog sniffed it, the chemical would temporarily numb its sense of smell. Without it, the dogs would have found the Jews hidden on the boat. Anne-Marie finally understands. Her bravery on the path truly saved Ellen's family. What did we learn? The handkerchief contained a chemical to block the dogs' noses. This was the Resistance's secret weapon. Anne-Marie realizes her actions made her a hero. Quick questions. What was hidden in the packet? A chemically treated handkerchief. What does the handkerchief do? Blinds a dog's sense of smell. Why was Anne-Marie's delivery so important? It allowed the Rosens to escape undetected. Chapter 16-17. Uncle Henrik confirms, the Rosens are safe in Sweden. He praises Anne-Marie's courage. Later, Anne-Marie learns the heartbreaking truth. Her sister Lise was killed because of her resistance work, deliberately struck down by a German car, not in an accident as she had believed. At last, the war ends. Denmark's flag is raised again. Rationed foods return: butter, sugar, and coffee. Kirsty again dreams of a yellow cupcake with pink frosting, now possible after years of longing. Anne-Marie goes to the secret hiding place and takes out Ellen's Star of David necklace. She promises she will wear it until Ellen returns. The book's title comes from Psalm 147 verse 4, He numbers the stars and calls them each by name. Just as God knows each star, every person, every Ellen, every Anne-Marie, is precious and remembered. What did we learn? The Rosens escape safely to Sweden. Lise died bravely for the resistance. The war ends, rationed foods return. The title Number the Stars comes from Psalm 147 verse 4. Anne-Marie vows to wear Ellen's necklace until her friend returns. Quick questions. Where did the Rosens escape? Sweden. How did Lise really die? Killed for resistance work. What foods return after the war? Butter, sugar, coffee. What treat does Kirsty dream of again? A yellow cupcake with pink frosting. What is the meaning of the title Number the Stars? From Psalm 147 verse 4, God numbers the stars and calls them each by name.